Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Camaro, and for this video I have a few last minute Halloween DIYs to share with you guys. I know it's a little crazy. It's like super last minute and there's like 4 days left to Halloween, but I've had these filmed for like a week now and I'm just barely getting to, edit the video and put it out. So I definitely want to do that. Better late than never. So let's waste no more time and just jump right into it. So for this first video, I saw this on TikTok, so I decided to try it for myself. I will be crystallizing some of these items for you. These are from Dollar Tree. We have some little skeleton heads, a spider, a skeleton hand, and then a skeleton skull. And to crystallize these, I'm going to be using some borax, and then I'm just going to bring a couple pots of water to a rapid boil. You want to make sure the water is boiling really well. You want it nice and hot. So after that, I am adding my borax into the water. I think I added probably about 3/4 of the box. And then I just let it rapid boil again for another 2 minutes. I just wanted to make sure that the borax had time to be nice and liquefied and stuff. So once the 2 minutes were up, I'm just turning my heat off and taking the pot off of the stove burner, and then I'm just adding what I wanted to crystallize. And I started with the spider and then also the skeleton hand, which he kind of didn't turn out very well, which you'll see here in a second. The spider did turn out really cool, but the one thing I noticed is that these items would not sink to the bottom, like for the life of me, no matter what I did. So I just kind of had to leave them there and let them do their thing. And I left them there for a solid 24 hours, and here is what I came back to. You can see the little skeleton hand. I could not get him all the way in the water, so what was in the water is the thing that crystallized, and it was only its little fingertips. So I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I was really hoping for the rest of the hand to be kind of crystallized as well with it. And I did try to do it again, and I ended up putting it back into a new pot of, boiled borax, and it kind of just all completely came off. So I kind of gave up on the skeleton hand. But the spider is really cool. I like how crystallized it is. They're like really tiny crystals compared to the skeleton head, how it turns out here in a second, which you'll see. So since I did the skeleton head after the spider and the little skeleton hand, I was kind of trying to do this one a little bit different to see what the results would be. So I decided to cut a hole in the bottom of the head so that way I could fill it with rocks, so that way it will sink to the bottom of the water and be fully submerged in the water, so everything would be nice and crystallized. And then I also decided to give him a good sanding, so that way the borax had something to kind of like adhere to. So kind of did this out of order, but yeah, I cut the hole in the head and stuffed it with rocks, and then I sanded it all over as well and hoped for the best. So again, I boiled some water, added my borax, and then I put my skeleton head in there. And as you can see, again, it was not floating, even with like 5 or 6 rocks in there. So I did take it out, which I didn't show it on camera, but I added more rocks till it was kind of sinking to the bottom. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I didn't sand the back of his head good enough or something. And then also he's like missing a little spot on his forehead. Oh, it's too good. He needs like a little toupee or something, but it's okay. I'm going to fix that here in a second. But for some reason, yeah, the back of his head did not get crystallized like I thought it was going to be. And he's also got like a little mustache. I don't know. This craft just was not working with me well at all. So hopefully you guys have better results than I did. Okay, so anyways, I am going to take a little faux tea light, and then I'm going to use my X-Acto knife to cut a hole at the top of his head right there, just big enough so that way that little tea light can fit right in there, because I had to do something about that like bald spot on his head, you know what I mean? So I cut that spot out, put the tea light in there, and then I'm using some leftover crystals that I had from some of the other things that I tried to crystallize, and I'm just going to take some hot glue and fill that in around the tea light so that covers up the sparse little spots there. And here is his finished look. I think he is so cool looking. I mean, even though like he's got a mustache, he's kind of missing the back of his head, it's cool. Like, I still dig it. And I mean, for my first time ever doing this, I thought it was a lot of fun, and my daughter had a lot of fun as well. So definitely, you know, kid-friendly DIY right here. And then also you can see like how these crystals are bigger than the spider's crystals. So I don't really know what was going on. I don't know if it's like a temperature thing or like the amount of borax. I'm really not too sure, but either way, I still feel like they both turned out really, really cool. All right, for my next project, I'll be using this little treat bucket stand type of thing. This was $3 from the Dollar Tree Plus section. And then also this LED crystal ball, which also was from the Dollar Tree Plus section. It was $5. So I'm just going to start by putting a battery into the ball. That's the first step. We want it to work, right? And then I'm just going to place that crystal ball inside of that little bucket. And it fits pretty well. I mean, it is a little wobbly here and there, but if you got to just feel for it. Once you get it like locked into place, then it's good, it's solid. And then after that, I am just taking some webbing from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to kind of fill in those little empty spaces, those gaps between the crystal ball and then the bucket. And then I'm also just going to like wrap some around the crystal ball and down onto the hands, around the face and whatnot. And then afterwards, I took some glow-in-the-dark spiders and mice that are from Dollar Tree, and I'm gluing those onto the crystal ball, but I'm gluing them like above where each of the colored little light is. I'm not trying to glue them into like the empty spaces, because when you glue them on top of like the lighted areas, then it turns them that same color as the light that they're glued above, which I thought was really, really cool. And honestly, that was it for this one. Here is how it turned out, and I love it. I think it's so neat. And here you can see what I was talking about, how it turns those spiders and the mice, you know, the different colors depending on which light it's above. So again, I love it. I think it's so cool. It was really fun, and I mean, it was super quick and easy to make, like, and very few materials. Love that. All right, on to the next project. For this one, I'm going to be using this little Christmas tree, well, Halloween tree from Dollar Tree. And I'm just starting out by putting the little base part onto the tree so that way it's easier to fluff up and decorate. And so once I had those on, then it was time to just kind of, you know, spread out all the limbs of the tree, make it as fluffy as it possibly can be. It's pretty sparse. So, you know, you just got to work with what you have. So after that, I'm just taking some picks from Dollar Tree as well. We got some pumpkins, we got some black and white striped pumpkins, and then some like black, purple, and orange little decorative accents. So I'm just taking my hot glue gun and just gluing these here and there and everywhere. No rhyme or reason, just kind of doing what I see fit. And here's how the little guy was looking once I was done with that step. Nice and filled in just a little bit more, trying to fill in those like empty spaces, those gaps. And then after that, I took this galvanized metal little tree stand from Dollar Tree as well. And you could probably shimmy it down from the top, but I just took my little base off the bottom and then just put the tree inside of the tree stand and then added my little base little pegs back on there. After that, I took this little round piece of cardboard. It's really thick and nice and sturdy. Funny story, I actually saved this from a pizza that I got once. I think I have 2 more of these. I don't know. They were really good pieces of cardboard. I was like, you know, I might need that later on. And honestly, hey, it came in handy because look at this. It fits like perfect underneath that Christmas little tree stand. So yeah, I just took some hot glue, added the glue around the rim of the circle, and then glued the stand on top of that. And once I had that in place, I'm just taking some lights from Dollar Tree and then also this creepy cloth. I'm going to start by putting the lights into the base of the tree, just kind of shoving them in there. Really don't care. No, it doesn't have to be perfect. So get those all in there and then take the creepy cloth, and I cut it in half because I didn't really need all that excess material. Cut it in half, and then I'm just stuffing that in there over the lights, so that way your lights are kind of just popping through every so often, and it really has like a cool effect on it. So just do that, and voila, it was done. Here is how it turned out. I think it is super cute. It's kind of got like a burning ember effect at the bottom. You can totally put lights around the top of the tree part itself if you want to, but for me personally, I just wanted to kind of shove them into the bottom and have them kind of like glowing up to the tree. That was my idea with that, but you know, do how you feel. I'm just here to kind of give you inspiration, and then you work with that however you please. All right, on to the next project. I'm going to be using these cake pans. These are from Dollar General, and I really thought these would make the best tiered tray. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And in order to do that, I needed to take these candle holders from Dollar Tree. I took them to my garage and spray painted them black. And then to adhere everything together, I'm going to be using E6000 and hot glue. So I'm just starting with one of the candle holders, putting some E6000 and then my hot glue like every other little dot. So that way the glues kind of don't overlap with one another. And then I'm taking another candle holder and just putting it right on top. So now we have like a longer, bigger pillar looking thing. And again, just doing that to the second set. So, and now I have two of the same size little pillars, and these are going to go into the middle of my cake pans. So again, using my E6000 hot glue, just trying to eyeball it and glue these directly into the middle as best I possibly can. And here you have it. Here is how this one turned out. Very, very quick and easy, simple. In the beginning, I definitely was taking like a more intricate route. I had like some wooden sticks with some dowels, and I was drilling. That's probably, you can see the hole in the middle of the cake pans before I glued the columns together. It was an absolute nightmare. It was a mess. So I had to regroup, and I decided to go this route, and I love it. I think I love it even more than what I was planning on in the beginnings. But yeah, hopefully you guys love it too, and maybe you'll make one for yourself. Let's get to the next project. For this one, I'll be using this little ceramic loaf pan from Dollar Tree. This is another project that I saw on TikTok, so I was like, definitely want to try this one because it looks so cute. So I just started by spray painting the loaf pan with some black spray paint just on the outer area of that loaf pan. I wanted to keep the inside nice and white, and as you can see, I got some residue on like the rim of the pan. So I'm just going to take some acetone and some Q-tips and kind of clean up that area, so that way I have some nice crisp clean lines between the black and the white. And after that, I'm taking two of these candles from Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking them to my stove and letting them melt down. I'm going to use the first one and pour it into the loaf pan, so you can keep the second one on your stove and let it, you know, stay liquefied and whatnot. So take the first one, pour it into your little loaf pan, and make sure your wick is nice and like stuck to the bottom so that way it doesn't move around. I also used a stick to kind of wrap the wick around so that way it doesn't fall into the candle wax itself. And after that, I took some lavender essential oil and just dropped a few drops into the candle, so that way when you burn it, you have a nice little scent. You can choose whatever scent you'd like. This is just the one I had on hand. Next, I'm taking this miniature little skeleton guy from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut him in half, so that way he has, you know, an upper portion of his body and then a lower portion. And then you're going to take each portion and kind of stick it into the candle wax at each end. So his little head part and then his little leg part. And then after that, then you can pour the second candle in there, and that should fill it right to the top. I think mine got pretty close. And then next, I took some of these faux pearl beads because I wanted to make it look like this little guy was, you know, having a nice hot bubble bath. So I'm taking some faux pearls and just kind of placing them onto the wax before it has time to solidify completely. So some have fallen in there, and then you can take some hot glue and glue some on top, so it kind of looks like it's, you know, rising above the little bathtub. And I left mine as is, but you guys can totally paint yours maybe like purple, or if you want to do like black bubbles just to go with like the spooky Halloween effect. But I thought it was really cute with just the pearls as is. So once I was done adding the pearls that I wanted, I decided to make a little head wrap for him. And to be honest, I'm just using this crusty, dusty old rag that I no longer needed. Feel free to use a new rag if you please. I mean, you do you, honey boo boo. Anyways, I just cut a piece off, and then I just wrapped it and glued it around his head, and then kind of folded it down the top, so that way it kind of just looks like he's got a little towel wrap. You know, he's just relaxing in the bathtub and whatnot. And then my last little step was to just go to my Cricut machine, and then I printed out some fun little sayings, and voila, here he is. Love him, he's so cute. So I printed out rest in pieces, and then also treat yourself. I thought these were just really fun little sayings to go like you know, trying to keep it on the Halloween theme with like the rest in pieces, but then also just like on a the bubble bath part, like treat yourself, you know, it's a spa day, you just got to take care of yourself and whatnot. So anyways, I thought it was super, super adorable. I love the way that it turned out, and hopefully you guys will too. All right, on to the last project for this video. This one is so quick and easy, so don't blink. Here we go. I'm going to take this little spider from Dollar Tree, and then also these little fairy lights. I ordered these from Amazon. These are linked in my Amazon store, so you can go ahead and check that out in my description box. So I'm just going to start by gluing the battery pack onto the back side of the spider, but like in the head area, so that way when you flip it over, you will not be able to see that battery pack. Then I am just going to take some hot glue, and I'm going to start just from the top portion of the spider when he's flipped over, and just kind of spiral my way down into the center of the spider. I'm just going to take a little bit of hot glue here and there, trying not to glue the light portions. I'm only gluing the strand of those lights. And like I mentioned before, I'm just kind of going into like a circular pattern, just gluing all the way around that spider until there is no more to glue. And here is how he turned out. Look how quick and simple and easy that was. I told you guys not to blink because it was just like snap of the finger, done. But I think it is so, so cute. And here is how I staged mine. I did a little frame and then put him on the frame. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys. So I'm just going to do a little walkthrough so that way you can see all of the projects that I created in this video kind of all together, and just where they found their home, I guess, in my home. They found their place in my home, I guess I should say. But yeah, I love the way that these all turned out, and hopefully you guys will too. Let me know which one is your favorite or favorites down below in my comments section. For me personally, I would have to go with the borax crystals, or I think that glowing the crystal ball like skeleton head looking thing. I think that one is really, really cool, and I love the way that one turned out. And my words get all scrambled by the end of these videos. But anyways, I showed you guys a little video of how everything looked at night when it's like getting all dark in the house, and here is everything in the daytime, so that way you can actually see all of it and all of their characteristics and whatnot. And I just really love how everything turned out. I honestly did not do much decorating this year, so these, like I said in the beginning, these are just kind of last minute things that I threw together just to kind of add some type of, you know, Halloween vibes into our house right now, and just added some things that I made last year as well. And like I've said before, I'm just kind of slacking this year. Life is just kind of hitting me over the head, if you know what I'm saying. But it's okay. It's all working out and everything is falling into place. So I am excited, and hopefully I'll have more time to film and get videos out for you guys. I am so excited to craft for Christmas. I cannot wait. So I was already packing my Halloween stuff up today and getting ready to move in my Christmas stuff and see what I can come up for Christmas crafting. So have you guys started Christmas crafting already? Are you waiting till November 1st? Are you gonna start later? What is the plan? Also, what kind of look are you going for Christmas this year? Like, what's your theme? What's your colors? Like, let me know all the good details down below. And thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. No, I'm just kidding. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye.